Hey, welcome to 14 Bands. I'm Brad Tragic. Hope you like the new Brad Tragic intro video at the beginning of the video. Yeah. Just created that tonight, so hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think about it. So let's get right into it. 14 Bands for November 16th, 2012. Number 1, the Holy Grail, or Holy Grail. I guess they could be the Holy Grail, but they are Holy Grail. That's the name of the metal band. They're a metal band that is, they're basically a straight up classic metal, no screaming, but also musicians in the band. So, definitely makes them in the metal scene. It's kind of hard to explain, but they're really freaking awesome. I remember they were awesome. Then we got number 2, Elm Street. Definitely really good. Amazing band. I would definitely, they're definitely a band to watch, because they're pretty much and they did have Slayer like shirts on and stuff like that, and they kind of reminded me a little bit of Slayer, but not as extreme in the vocal department. So definitely worth a listen. And that was number 2, Elm Street. Number 3, Peepshow. They're a hard rock band that kind of reminds me of 6 a.m. So they're pretty good. So definitely worth checking them out as well. I keep saying a lot. Sorry, I'll try and stop. I did it again, son of a bitch. K12 is the next one. Dubstep music is what this is, and I guess I've found another genre I've never explored on 14 Bands, so I'm diving right into it. And the next one is going to be dubstep as well. So this is dubstep, K12. They're pretty good. It'll get you grooving, and if that's your thing, if you like grooving music, you can definitely check out K12. You might like dubstep. If you remember, Korn had a band called Skrillex, and I think I've had them on 14 Bands before. If I haven't, then check them out too. That's a bonus band. There you go. They had the song narcissistic, cannibalistic, I believe, and that was the that one single they had out, because I think they have a new album out. I think it just came out. I'm pretty sure. So, but that was the band they had that song with, and did that the little background for them and everything. And kind of that's how they like mixed it, and the music you hear like the sound like that, like it was kind of like a weird, like kind of electronic vibe. That's dubstep. So if you heard that, this is what these bands basically do. They all kind of sound like that, but with different kind of vibes and things like that. K12, pretty good. The next one is Skism and Nessex, Nessex. And Skism is Skism. Now, I don't know if these are people that work together all the time, or if they're separate DJs. So that's why I put on there separately in like a backslash kind of thing. So it may be 2 separate artists. I'm not quite sure. So, but they're dubstep music DJs, like I was just talking about. It's hard to say dubstep really fast. But they were getting really good reviews on YouTube, and I listened to like 2 or 3 other tracks on there. Definitely check them out. I think they're the Collabo or they're separate works. I'm not sure. Number 6 is Crown the Empire, and I'm pretty sure I put this on there like 14 Bands ago, but I'm not quite sure. Even if I did, they're awesome. And if you didn't check them out the last time I talked about them, definitely check them out. They're an awesome emo band that, and I don't know if bands like to be called emo, but that's what they seem like to me. And they got good like storylines in their videos. They actually got they got storylines in their videos. There you go. That makes it cool anyway. And they just continue to have great music. So you need to hear the band's music if you've never heard them before. If you like that emo, or they were calling it post-hardcore genre, so I don't know what that means. Whatever that means. You'd think it'd be called pre-hardcore. But anyway. Because they get heavy, and the chorus, they go, I don't understand. I have to look up what post-hardcore means, because I don't understand. I don't understand the genre names. And then number 7, we go into the rap scene. two rap artists that, if you've been around as long as I do, you probably remember these guys being in stores. You remember seeing advertisements when you went to FYE, On Cue, Best Buy. You remember seeing advertisements for these people when you walked into these kind of record stores. Number 7 is C Murder. And this is a rapper that really never got, he never got the recognition he deserved. But it's not anyone else's fault but him. He was a great rapper. He just never quite got the fame he deserved because he had demons within himself. He ended up going to jail, and I think he's back in jail now, or he's getting ready to go back to jail. I think he's been in jail like 2 or 3 times, in long periods of time too. So it didn't do any justice for his music, and it kind of killed his music career, which probably people don't want to work with him anymore. He's not going to get the publicity that he once had. It's all bad publicity, and I know publicity, there's no bad or good publicity. Now that saying has always been said, but it'll kind of kill your rap career, or kind of kill any career, because they won't want to put you in the mainstream. They won't want to advertise you. You're basically gonna have to do like an online presence or something like that to even get your music heard. I guess he'll continue to garner money people that respect him, but when you're constantly going to jail, I don't see how anybody could respect someone's music like that. It being something stupid. It's probably just like getting caught with a gun, getting caught with drugs. It's like, that's stupid. It's like, if you really love your music and you love your craft that much, stay away from things that's going to make your character get demeaned by, just because you have personal demons, But if you never heard of C Murder, definitely check his rap music out and tell me, and respond back, tell me that, yeah, he really did screw up, because he was a great rapper, and I still to this day think he's one of the best ones around. He gets compared to Tupac a lot, I think, they were saying in there. So, that tells you anything. Number 8 is Master P. I don't know, I liked him, and he came out around the area, the time, when Snoop and Dre, was kind of transitioning to the next genre of rap. All the new guys are coming in, and Master P came in. C Murder was around at that time. We see Master P. I think Mace was around at that time. Notorious B.I.G. was getting hot. This is a big time when rap was taking over. And a period before hard rock kind of had its comeback on MTV. Before Stain came around, and Limp Bizkit and Korn came around. This is kind of what was on MTV right then and there. And right around the time Korn started getting traction and Limp Bizkit started getting traction, this was kind of getting played on MTV. Korn and Limp Bizkit hadn't made it into the mainstream yet. They were still underground and everything like that. They weren't getting the publicity at the time. So this is before that. So Master P had, that song where they were. That's what the video is too, that I put the link on there. I tried to listen to some other songs, and I was like, well, it ain't going to get across who this guy was known for. So, but he basically yelled, his rap. I don't like rappers that really yell, I don't know. I just don't get that. Oh. It's like, I know DMX does it, but he does it, he's got a gruffer voice, and it sounds good, I think, better, I don't know. Kind of like Ja Rule. I don't really like Ja Rule either. I like some of Master P, but for the most part, he deserves a listen, though. If you like rap music, check it out. Tell me what you think. A lot of people still like him. Then the next one is Meek Mill. Alright, I'll get into this. He's a current rapper, I guess. He's pretty good. Just stay away from the auto-tune crap. I'm sorry, but... Okay, if I had the tool, I would probably use it on some of my music, but... It gets to the point to where... If someone has already used auto-tune in a song in the mainstream, and it already sounds like what you're going to put it on, the song, then what's the point of putting it on the song? Somebody's already did auto-tune and did that, And if you sound just like him in the auto-tune, then how are we really going to distinguish you from them? That's why it's like auto-tune doesn't really make sense to me. Unless it's auto-tuning your voice, it sounds like to me is everybody sounds the same on auto-tune. So I don't understand that tool, but it's not doing anything. So this guy just, if he doesn't do that, he's good. He's pretty awesome. I actually heard a actual song by him that wasn't auto-tune, because I think the auto-tune song he had with like Drake or something, or I don't even know where he had it with. It was horrible. It was like, good God. He had a song with Big Sean. Meek Mill has a song with Big Sean. It's pretty good. Put the link there. Definitely worth it. You know, he's pretty good. He stays out of auto-tune crap. So there you go. Number 10, Beretta Love. And all these names and links, you know, just like always, they're in the description box. So definitely, you know, check that out down below. Beretta Love is a punk rock band. Pretty good. And if you like punk, you know, you'll most likely, you know, you'll like it. You'll probably like the tunes. Green Day, you know, they kind of got a grunge feeling to them too. So, you know, if you like rock in general, check them out. You'll probably like them. They might be from England. I'm not sure where they're from. They kept on showing scenes in the background, like them driving, showed scenes. It didn't look like the USA, let me tell you. Number 11, Jerry Jeff Walker. Never heard of the guy in my life. Country singer. He's kind of like David Allan Coe, kind of, because he's mostly known for being a songwriter, and he wrote a lot of songs for some big names, like back in, you know, the 60s and 70s, the country stars, you know. Like, I think it was like Bob Dylan, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I'm thinking something like that. I think that's what it said. I looked it up on Wikipedia. He wrote a lot of songs for some big names, like not like rock or pop. I mean, a lot of it, well, I guess it would be pop back then. You know, it was like people like Bob Dylan and things like that were in the mainstream at the time. He wrote a lot of songs for him, like the Southern rock type of country artist. I don't know, whatever. I'm talking out my ass now. But he did do solo stuff, and he has done solo stuff. And he's had a pretty good career touring, making a name for himself that way, in Texas and in the South. Oh! So definitely check out Jerry Jeff Walker if you're a country fan. You'll probably like it. It kind of like reminds me of like a I don't know, like a David Allan Coe version of like a main. Yeah, kind of like David Allan Coe. If you like David Allan Coe, check him out. You probably like him. And then I fell into like a weird thing. Some reason when I looked up Jerry Jeff Walker, Country Joe and the Fish came up. So I'm like, that sounds like a cool name. And I found one video is from Woodstock. So if that tells you how old the band was, I was like, okay, I gotta find out more information if I want to talk about this band, because they sound pretty damn cool. And this is a band that probably not a lot of people know about, especially my age. So I looked them up, I did research, and they're a band that was formed in the late 60s. They kind of remind me of the Beatles, with like the Leonard Skinner kind of vibe to them, and kind of like a feeling that way to them. So kind of like a Southern Beatles kind of band. Definitely cool tunes. Definitely worth a listen. If you haven't heard anything from like the 60s, late 60s, this is some good music. Check out. Probably you can find some other music just by looking for this band. So pretty cool. I did find another band though when I was searching for that music. So you might see this band, which was Velvet Fog, with an extra T and with an extra G. I don't know if it's spelled that way. Maybe they accidentally typed an extra T and an extra G, but that's what came up on YouTube, so that's what I'm assuming what they're called. So basically another rock band from the late 60s. Pretty good. Kind of reminded me more of the Doors this time, or the Beatles, whatever you want to throw in there and think. They're pretty good too. Velvet Fog, check them out. And the last band. I lied to you. I didn't leave the best band to last. They're basically all really good. All the bands I put on here today was amazing. A masterpiece of a 14 bands list. So the last band, number 14, is Tyrus, the classic type metal band. Great tunes if you like that type of metal music. Check them out. Great classic metal music. Tyrus. I have no shout-outs. No one sent me anything in the box. I didn't get anything. I don't got no shout-outs. So check out Brad Tragic. I got the new intro up. I am uploading also another video tonight. I think it's the top 20 comedy movies of all time. So just at the end here, I'm just going to talk a little bit about what's going on with me. So if you're done with 14 bands, you don't want to listen to me ramble, you can turn it off now. And I'm going to go on. Okay. So, yeah, just updating the channel, getting things up to par, trying to get the channel looking better, getting my videos set up. Like I said, I'm going to have 14 bands. I have Crazy Wrestling Review. I'll do my movie updates probably some point probably. So that's another one. I have Brad Jajic rants, the rants thing that I do every once in a while. It should be coming back more frequent. Probably be shorter videos. Because I could probably do shorter videos. Like I just have like something I need to rant on real quick. Maybe I'll just do like a 2-minute video or something. It'd be an extra video, and plus you get the intro with it now. So it'd be kind of a cool video to watch. Just me ranting about random stuff. Living in Tennessee. I'm still loving it down here. My job's doing good. Christmas at Amazon.com can't be any better. Crazy, working tons of hours. So all you guys ordering stuff off of Amazon, thank you, I guess. You're making me work 12-hour shifts. Continue to order. You keep me in a job. But yeah. Awesome. Rock on. I don't know what else to say. Alright, so thank you for watching 14 Bands, and hope you enjoy 14 Bands. If you have a local band, definitely message me if you want a shout out. Message me, I'll add you. Like I said, I'll do 2 or 3 at the end of the 14 bands or at the end of any video if you want me to. I have no trouble doing shout outs. Anything you want me to talk about in a video, any suggestions for topics to discuss in videos, not something stupid. Like I'm not going to talk about women's shoes. Oh, well, I think I would look lovely in a pink pump, but I'm not sure. No, I'm not going to do that. So, but any other topic I would definitely talk about. Thank you for watching. This has been Brad Tragic. Keep rocking. And I hit the stop button and it didn't do it again. Son of a bitch. Windows Media Player or Live Movie Maker sucks.